Hello friends, welcome to BS Agriculture. If you are coming to my channel for the first time, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So let's move to the video. In this video, we are going to see about productive cultivation and secondary agriculture. I am going to cover the topic, various different drying methods, as well as contact type dryers and convective type dryers, as well as radiation type dryers. So first, I am going to give a short intro about drying. So drying is nothing but where the agriculture produce or some other produce, where the at the post harvest phase, the moisture from the produce as well as the products are removed up to the predetermined level, so which is where the process is known as drying. So while saying about drying, it is a thermophysical as well as physiochemical operation where the excess moisture from the product is said to be removed. As well as drying makes the food grains as well as the other products suitable for safe storage, and also they use it to protect them from the insect attacks, molds, as well as microorganism attacks during storage, so which you use it to save up to 6 to 7% of the storage grains from their losses. And while seeing about the advantages of drying, so where we can able to see the optimum moisture content in the safe storage is which used to help the agriculture produce to be maintained for a longer period. And wait a minute, and it also used to permit the continuous supply of product throughout the year by the safe storage of the agriculture products, and also makes the farmers to produce as well as keep the better quality product for the later marketing times. And also it helps in proper planning of harvesting period, as well as also provides a drying facility and harvesting as per the availability of labors is also an important advantages in the process of drying the agriculture produces. And there are around two different drying methods are classified. So the first one is sun drying or solar drying, which is a natural one, and the second one is mechanical drying, where the artificial dryers are said to be used. So first I am going to tell about the sun drying, which is a traditional method where the agriculture crops are said to be placed in fields as well as in mosaic concrete floors, so that it can be dried through the natural power of the sun. So it also used to have some of the uncontrollable as well as non-uniform characteristics in the drying. So which whenever the large quantity of grains are said to be sun dried, there is no uniform drying is said to be happened, so which used to cause the blockage of grains during the milling process. And also where the availability of sun energy is not said to be found all over the season, so it cannot be dried all over the monsoon. It is used to requires large number of unskilled laborers, and about 1 to 2% of grains are said to be lost due to birds, insects, as well as rodent attacks during the drying process. It also requires a larger drying area. And also while seeing about its advantages, there is no fuel or mechanical energy is required, and the drying cost is said to be low as compared to mechanical drying. So the sun drying is said to be mainly suitable for small and low scale agri products. So it can be mainly used in lower quantity products. And while seeing about the methods of sun drying, there are said to be around two methods. So drying of standing crops, so where the crops are said to be dried in the field itself, so it can be harvested once if the crop is fully dried. And the second one is threshed grains are said to be used for drying, so where the grains which are said to be harvested are said to be placed in an open field area, and it is said to be sun dried, and then it is said to be taken for storages. So now we can able to move for mechanical drying. So it is an artificial process where the machines can be used for drying with the natural ventilation or else artificial ventilation, and the supply of heated air through grains to accomplish the removal of moisture level. And it also have a uniform drying in whenever there is a large or small quantity. Mechanical drying of grain is normally accomplished by passing and hot air through the grain mass, so the uniform drying is said to be maintained in the mechanical drying process. So I have these are the system which has been following in the futures of mechanical drying. So the first one is the rate of drying, so which can be controlled with the temperature of hot air and grain mass. So it is used to possible to reduce the temperature as well as moisture stress during the process, so the crack in kernel during the milling process is said to be reduced, and the superior milling quality of grains are said to be produced in the mechanical drying process, and the grains are said to be dried all over the season, even also during nights, because the energy is an artificial one. So there is no need for to wait sun to be get the solar energy, and the process is also an automatic process, and also requires some small amount of unskilled labors, and a trained person who used to require to operate the dryer uh, in the operation times. And they also used to require fuel as well as electrical and mechanical power to drive the air hotter through the accessories, and the cost of drying per unit mass is comparatively higher than the sun drying is also an important one, but the comparative cost can be equalized by there is a reduction in loss due to insect burst as well as rodents are mainly avoided, so which is almost equal to that of the losses in sun drying. So it was not a major problem, and the process required for this operation are mainly a little space is enough for the big suitable mills, and the mechanical drying is conjunction with the early harvest improves the milling quality. Even the harvest period was taken in on before the times, and now we can able to see about the different types in mechanical drying. The first one is heat air drying. So heat air drying, which is normally accomplished by a convection process. So these are the following units which are used for heat air drying. So the arrangement of heating of natural air is to be taken, so a blower has to be passed through the air so that the air hot air can be passed through the grains, and a bin is said to be used to hold the grains, and the facility for loading and unloading of grains are said to be required, and a system to control the drying process is also needed with a trained person, and a safety or system as well as network for drying operation is also need to be maintained in the mechanical drying process. And now we can able to see about the purposes of dehydration. So drying is different from dehydration. So while seeing about dehydration, it used to preserve foods for longer time in addition to bulk preservation, so which used to dehydrate the food, so the weight and bulk of the food is said to be reduced, and the reduction in weight and bulk can result in economics and transport as well as in cost of containers are said to be reduced, and but the size and shape of the original food is said to be retained in the dehydration process. For example, food freeze drying of large quantity of food pieces is also such a process where it used to be remain for a longer period with its original quantity as well as quality, and the dehydrated process is more convenient in the items like instant coffee, fruit juice concentrates, and fruit products, instant mashed potatoes, etc., so which used to make the transport easier, and the consumer can simply add water and stir the mixes for these dehydrated products. And while seeing about the process of dehydration, so the many fruits and vegetables are available for seas only at season. So because of the dehydration process, we can able to help the dry and preserve them for all the seasonings. So it is an useful one, and while helping the process of drying process, the chemical and biological forces acting upon the food are said to be equally minimized, and the spoilage of food is easily controlled in this dehydration of drying process. So I have given the difference between drying as well as the dehydration process, the most important 10 points. So please read it from the lecture notes, which is said to be found in the description. And now we can able to move for types of dryers. So the first one I'm going to tell you is these mechanical dryers are categorized based on the following categories. So the dryers in which the product are kept in bin and the heat or drying air is ventilated through them, and dryers in which the product are always kept moving based on the mechanical means as well as drying air is ventilated through them, and dryers are free fall due to the gravity and drying air is ventilated through the falling film of products. So the drying in which the products are dried in the state of fluidization by strong blowing heated airs in the mechanical dryers. And now we can able to see about the types of mechanical drying machines. So based on the methods of operations, they can be able to classified as batch dryers as well as continuous type dryers, and also based on drying of agriculture product is basically classified into two types, which is thin and deep layers. So even though we can even classify them the mechanical dryers as based on the depth of drying as well as based on mixing with air. So the based on depth of drying, which is a thin layer as well as deep bed layer, and based on mixing with air, the mixing type is where the hot air is to be mixed with the grains, and the non-mixing one where the hot air is spread over the surrounding of the food products. So these are the pictures of thin type dryers, deep bed drying, as well as non-type dryers and non-mixed type dryers. So where you can able to see the classification from these pictures. And now I am going to tell you about the drying curves. So the drying curves of the plots, which is the moisture content of the material being dried, and the drying time and between the drying rates are said to be done, and the moisture contents are known as the drying curves. So drying rate is the function of the product of moisture content present, at which rate the temperature and the product can be taken out based on the time. And while seeing about the drying rate periods, the convection drying process can be avoided into 3 periods based on constant drying rates, as well as falling rate period 1 and falling rate period 2. So while telling about these 3 types, so the constant rate drying period is where there is a regular decrease of moisture at the constant rate is said to be happen during the first phase, and after it attaining its some particular point of drying where it falls into the falling rate period 1, and there is no drying for particular amount of time. After that, then it is also used to reduce even some moisture, and it used to go for falling rate period 2, and it goes as a straight line. It's a major drying rate periods in the convection tubes. So I have given the lecture notes in description. So comment about the video and join us in the Instagram page. So if you like the video, like it and share it with your friends, and subscribe to BSc Agriculture and hit the bell icon to get regular updates. So thanks for watching the video. I'll catch up in next videos.